Okay, thank you for coming this evening. And my name is Staff Sergeant Martin Chavetta of the Calgary Police Service Homicide Unit. An investigation that began on Christmas Eve 2017 when a deceased infant was found inside a dumpster in the community of Bowness has led to charges against a woman. At approximately 11:30 p.m. on Sunday, December 24th, 2017, a resident of the community called police after finding the body of a newborn in a garage bin located behind 7943 43rd Avenue Northwest. Autopsy results have indicated that at some point after birth, the child was breathing on her own. DNA phenotyping was used for the first time by the Calgary Police Service to create an image that had a likeness to the mother and baby. Over the course of the investigation, which began as an undetermined death, over 70 tips were received from the public. Each one of them were followed through to determine the identity and well-being of the mother. The use of CCTV and confirmation of DNA from the baby and the mother eventually provided investigators with the necessary information to proceed with charges. Nina Marie Albright is charged with indignity to a human body and failure to provide the necessaries of life. Albright will be in court on February 21st. This is a case that weighed heavily on the minds and hearts of not only investigators, but the larger community. While particulars surrounding the motive and intent will unfold as part of the court process, we hope this provides some level of closure for all involved. If anyone is in a similar situation, there are numerous resources available. We certainly do not want to see this happen again. I'll now be able to answer any questions.
While I can understand that this has been a really difficult case for investigators to look at, why aren't we looking at second-degree murder, those kinds of charges?
So we have been in consultation with the Crown Prosecutor's Office. Right now, the evidence that we have supports the two charges that have been laid. We're certainly working with the Prosecutor's Office to determine if charges will be amended to homicide.
So we could see some changes potentially?
Potentially. We are certainly in consultation with the Crown Prosecutor's Office.
Are you able to say what the connection of this woman was to the baby? Was this the mother?
Yes, Nina Albright was the mother of the deceased infant.
Is there any indication, had she been in distress or anything like that at the time that this incident occurred?
Well, we only recently identified her. What I can tell you is that through CCTV, we did identify the accused. She appeared to be in medical distress. However, it took some time for investigators to actually identify her identity.
Were there any new tips that came in recently? Like obviously it's been 2 years. What led to it now?
So we received a substantial number of tips after Christmas Eve in 2017, as well after the release of the phenotype. I can say that we thoroughly exhausted all those tips. However, the tips from the public, although very much appreciated, did not lead to the identity of the mother.
Is she in custody?
Yes, she is.
Will she remain in custody?
That's to be determined by the Justice of the Peace in the court process.
How closely do you think the phenotype was for how the mother looked? Do you think it was close?
I can certainly say that the phenotype and the physical characteristics of the mother are close. I would say yes.
So is she behind bars? Like, what's the status like right now?
She's currently in custody. Will she be released? That's certainly to be determined by the judge and the court process.
Are you able to briefly speak to what phenotyping is?
So phenotyping is the genetic approximation that you receive from DNA. In this case, the genetic phenotype was consistent with the physical characteristics of her accused.
Is there any indication that she sought medical treatment after the?
We don't believe she sought medical treatment.
The phenotyping, has that been used in any other cases since, or are there plans to use this?
I would say phenotyping is becoming a regular course of the investigative process for the Calgary Police Service, certainly in homicide, and it's well used throughout North America.
Okay. And can you tell us anything with the father of the child, whether he's in the picture, you guys have shown to him?
Sure. We're actually still trying to identify the father of the deceased infant, and we're currently working through a DNA elimination process.
When you say that it wasn't a tip from the public that led to this, what led to you
To be honest, it was old-fashioned policing. We went back after we exhausted all the tips that we prioritized. We went back and reviewed hundreds of hours of CCTV, and were able to eventually find a female that appeared to be in in medical distress, and also purchasing items, which I can't get into, which would be consistent after childbirth.
How far away were those CCTV from where the child was found?
So we collected CCTV, obviously throughout the community of Bowness and the surrounding area, but there were hundreds of hours of CCTV collected.
Are you able to provide a bit of a timeline, if at all possible? Because we understand from the autopsy that they believe that the baby was born within 24 hours of its discovery. So this woman, Nina Albright, has a baby, and then...
We believe the child was born on the 24th.
Can you just, sorry, I'm talking about the
Sure.
status again, because a woman who identified as Nina left police custody today. She was released, she says, and walked out. We got some footage. I'm not sure if you can confirm whether that was her and what the exact status is right now.
My recent information is that she was in police custody. If she has been released, that is news to me, but that could be certainly possible.
And under what conditions, if she was released, under what?
Yeah, those conditions, because it is a court record, would be available for review, and I haven't seen them at this time.
I know that we've spoken a lot about the well-being of the mother.
Yes.
How is she being, obviously, since you guys took her into custody?
Obviously, any accused person, we worry about their well-being. Certainly, going back to 2017, we were and still are concerned about the welfare of the mother, and I think that brings us to a good point that if anyone is in this situation, to seek appropriate resources and seek medical attention.
Has she had any kids since?
Not that we know of.
And she's a young woman, age 21.
Yes.
Is she from Calgary? Is she local?
Yes. She's from Calgary.
I guess just finally, well, at least finally for me, resources, anything in particular anyone should be reaching out to?
If anyone obviously needs medical attention, is in a similar situation, to reach out, call AHS, call 911, fire stations, police stations, hospitals, obviously are open 24 hours a day, and then we'll certainly, receive a newborn and make sure that they receive immediate medical attention.
As for the video you reviewed, did she appear to be alone the whole time leading to the...
No, there was another individual with her at the time.
Do you know what their relationship is?
We believe that the person in the video was her boyfriend at the time.
Possibly the father?
We don't believe so.
Is there a possibility of other charges, anyone else being charged with this?
We're certainly working with the Crown Prosecutor's Office in relation to amending the current charges. That's certainly a possibility. In relation to any others being charged, that will be in consultation with the Crown Prosecutor's Office.
Is there a possibility that she was coerced by who she was with, and who was her boyfriend?
We don't believe so.
Thank you.
Thank you.